across America, incredibly talented artisans are making amazing objects the old-fashioned way, by hand. On this episode of Handcrafted America, things are being revealed. I'm starting in Minnesota to meet a weaver who plays her loom like a concert pianist. A very fierce one.
Look at you.
Yeah. There's a man in San Francisco who started making sunglasses even though he was a little unqualified.
Did you know anybody who had made sunglasses before?
No.
And we should all take a cue from this former military submarine contractor who abandoned ship to make billiard tables in New Jersey.
What did your friends and family say to you?
Mostly they thought I was crazy.
And if that's crazy, I don't want to be saying. Game on.
Let's weave! If you've never seen a master of warp and weft, well, you're in for a treat. I'm in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I'm about to meet a lady who weaves her magic into more than 12,000 square feet of yarn every year.
In case you've never heard of warp and weft, they're weaving terms. And Kelly Marshall is an ace. She's written books on weaving and she teaches weaving. Kelly has been a professional weaver for 25 years. She took her first class in college, then spent 2 years in Sweden learning the special Scandinavian weft weave technique. It creates a really rich texture and makes her pieces reversible.
I feel like I've stepped into a weaver's paradise here. I love all the colors, and you do chair coverings, and you do purses, and you do rugs.
Yeah, all kinds of things. Any kind of textile for the interior.
I'm ready to weave, but Kelly says that we've got a lot to do before we actually get on the loom. So we'll start by winding the thread around the warping wheel. We're paying close attention to the color order so we can match the design.
I'm going to be winding 624 ends.
An end, in weaving terms, means a thread.
For every weave that I set up, there's 48 threads in every inch. There's a lot of math in weaving. I don't know if you
That's
knew that.
why I don't do weaving.
This machine is called a warping reel. And what that's going to do is measure out each one of these threads in the order that I need them. And it has a cross right here. And this cross is really important because this right here is what keeps all these threads, these hundreds of threads, from being just a mass of threads. So I'm going to put my cross in, and then I'm going to start spinning. So this just goes around and around and around.
Whoa, my eyes are like, I'm getting dizzy just watching it.
Kelly ties off these threads into tight bundles to create a warp chain.
So this is what comes off the warping reel that we just did.
Wow, it's like Rapunzel.
Yeah.
My brain. So, when do we weave?
Not yet.
We don't weave here?
Oh no, we've got a ways to go. All this thread has to get onto the loom.
And speaking of looms, Kelly has 5 of them. 5!
This is the largest loom I've ever seen.
This is 12 feet wide.
12
so we
feet
can
wide.
Go really wide.
A standard size loom is 3.5 feet. Kelly patiently pulls all the threads she needs 2 at a time onto various harnesses on the loom.
So I have my pattern right here, and this tells me how many ends of each color I have, and then it also tells me which harness it goes on to in order to make the pattern come out.
The threads are then pulled through these holes called heddles. All of the thousands of threads are then tied onto these straps to prepare the loom for weaving. Just threading a loom can take 3 days.
All right, so on to the
Weaving!
We get to weave! Let's weave!
Weaving is intersecting 2 threads at 90 degrees. The vertical thread on the loom is the warp. The horizontal thread on the wood shuttles is the weft. When Kelly hits the open pedal, the loom lifts the appropriate harnesses for that row of the pattern. We run the weft between the lifted and lowered threads. When she hits the close button and opens it again, the next row's harness lifts and voila! We've weaved, or weft, or warp, or something.
So we beat hard to pack it so that the rug is nice and sturdy. And you see I have 2 different shuttles here. The boat shuttle holds my thin thread, and my ski shuttle holds my thicker thread. So the thick and thin thread gives this nice texture to the weaving.
Right.
Okay, so I have to pack it in, because this is a rug, so it has to be packed very tightly. So I twist the end and set the end really nice and neat and pack it in, and then I change it to the next step and pack it again nice and tight.
Look at you.
Yeah.
So little to be doing all the strenuous.
And now pack it in, just type it once. Now change your petals again, close and open again. And now beat it hard. There you go.
After the weaving process, Kelly goes over each piece very carefully and checks for any mistakes. Then she hems the ends, and the piece is finally complete. The price is based on size and complexity. Rugs start at $48 per square foot and go up to $68 per square foot for custom rugs.
You know what I think is so interesting about you is that it's like you use both sides of your brain.
I use the right side to be creative with the color and designing, and the left side comes in to do all the numbers and figure everything
And
out.
this is what comes out. Beautiful. Nicely done.
Thanks, Jill.
After spending a whole day with Kelly, I can tell you that weaving is a lot more difficult than it looks. It's very impressive.
I'm off to California. There's this sunglass maker who is such a perfectionist that even the teeniest, tiniest imperfection means starting over from scratch.
See that?
What do you
It's like
mean?
a little bit.
That's not anything.
That one goes in the reject pile.
My new friend Stephen Kilsner, owner of Capital Eyewear here in San Francisco, has a very bright future. How bright? So bright, he's got to wear shades.
Steven's eyeglasses have definitely made a splash in the Bay Area.
Have you ever seen someone with your glasses on?
Definitely, yeah.
What does that
I
feel
almost got in a
like?
car wreck the first time I ever saw that happen.
But when he first started making sunglasses, Steven had no idea what he was in for. Really, no idea.
Did you know anybody who had made sunglasses before?
No.
But you're a woodworker.
No, I wasn't a woodworker. I was kind of started fiddling around with it one night and basically just took over my life. I started with wood because it was a material I could get my hands on.
So Steven went to the hardware store and bought every woodworking tool he could find, testing them all until he eventually found the right formula to make his glasses.
Having that kind of control where we're doing everything in-house, making sure that everything we do, like every step of the process, is done with a focus on quality. I just thought that that was the way something should be made.
That's part of what makes Capital so awesome. Every single one passed through him before it went anywhere in the world.
So you're gonna teach me today, we're gonna get to make a wooden pair and an acetate pair, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's go make some glasses.
Great.
Okay, I'm gonna keep these on now. What kind of wood is this?
That's walnut. The other one is cherry, which is a bit lighter color. Both really pretty, both really strong.
This is pretty thin.
Yeah, it's really thin, and so that's a big challenge to get it to something that's like strong enough that's gonna
And how
hold
do you
up.
do that?
3 layers pressed and glued together, and then we end up with something that's a lot stiffer. We have to cut it down to the right size to get it to look like this.
Oh yeah, that looks like a pair of glasses. I totally
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got basically what makes the front part of the frame here.
Okay.
But we've got to put on what makes the nose pads on the back.
You're working with the grain.
Yeah, so the grain goes this way, and we just want to make sure the cap for the nose pads goes on the same way. And when that's kind of trimmed away, you can't see the seam. You just put a little glue on, smoosh it around from edge to edge, and then just clamp it down. And then we just let those set.
And how long do they have to sit?
We'll let those set for about an hour. Okay, so now that we've got the stock glued up with the nose pad, we're gonna take that and turn it into stock with eye holes cut in it, and then ultimately just the basic shape of a finished frame.
And this machine does all of that?
All of that. We start by taking this stock and
Okay.
we'll put it in here, and then that's gonna get cut to look like this,
Okay.
where these go on sort of the next little, the jig that holds that. It's all set up to go. wanna give that a look over?
Looks pretty good. I think it's pretty much perfect.
I don't know, I think right here, see that?
What
It's
do
like
you
a
mean?
little bit.
That's not anything.
That one goes in the reject pile.
No, where did it go? This is like a graveyard for eyewear.
Yeah.
It's awful. Rest in peace, I'm sorry. We gotta start over?
Yeah.
Let's start over then. Come on. Standards. Handmade standards. Oh.
By the time we finish making these glasses, I'm gonna need glasses.
That's the tiniest drill I've ever seen in my life.
Stephen Kilsner is the man behind the shades at Capital Eyewear. He taught himself how to do everything he's shown me so far. But I guess turning a piece of wood into fashionable eyewear just wasn't enough for him.
After Stephen got comfortable with making sunglasses from wood, he thought to himself, I need to learn how to do something a little different from scratch. So he taught himself how to make glasses from acetate.
This is acetate. It's a cotton-based plastic. It's made from cotton and wood pulp. What's really great about acetate is it's like adjustable. So these get made straight and we actually just bend them to fit. And so they can be fit to anybody's ear, like custom.
Making acetate glasses requires most of the same steps as wood frames. When Stephen orders acetate, it comes to him in large sheets, which are then cut into smaller shapes like the wooden frames. The plastic is cut, a nose pad is attached, and the same machine cuts the eye holes and the shape of the frame. But then, Stephen puts the brakes on for a while as the glasses run through this machine, the tumbler. Dun, dun, dun.
Just this part of the process takes 2 weeks.
This whole thing is like a series of like finer and finer polishes that happen. These are little cubes of wood chips, but there's diamond shapes, these things like arrowhead kind of thing. Some of the shapes will do a better job at kind of like rounding the edges, and some of the shapes will do a better job of like getting into little corners and like nooks and crannies. You need a series of higher and higher grits of different shapes to end up with something that's like ready for hand polishing, which is kind of like the final polishing step.
Who knew making sunglasses required such precision? With this level of detail, Stephen's minimum $140 price tag seems low. We've seen Stephen make both wood and acetate faceplates. Now he's gonna show me how he adds the temples to these wood frames so I can wear these babies.
We almost have a finished pair of sunglasses here. It's time to put in the hinges and start with drilling little holes for
That's the tiniest drill I've ever seen in my life.
one. Yeah, with these 2 little holes, we're gonna attach a hinge right there with 2 little screws. So we're gonna just put a hinge in, drive 2 screws in, and then that will be really secured on there.
Okay.
The next step is to put the temples on. 9 times out of 10, it doesn't fit just how it should. So you can see those are kind of, one's high, it's not level on the table, they're opening unevenly. These are looking pretty good. I think we've almost got a finished pair of glasses.
All right. Turn them on to see how. There.
Looks good, yeah.
I feel like I'm missing something.
I think it's the lenses.
Yeah,
I think.
it's probably the lenses. Those are my lenses?
Yeah, they just start as these rectangle blanks.
So here's my question. Because these are handmade and you do a lot of hand sanding, how do you get that perfect fit each time?
Every single one has to be kind of adjusted and fit for the exact frame it's going in. So this machine, for us, it works great. So we have a pattern that will match this shape.
Okay.
All we do is put the pattern in the machine, drop it in, and then let it go. And then all it's gonna do is just duplicate that pattern into
like
the
a
shape
lathe.
of, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It's a lathe that just runs on a pattern. Just wipe it down, and then it should be close to the right fit. All right, there we go.
Is it going?
Yeah, there we go.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I think we did pretty good.
Nice.
Thank you. What Stephen taught me today is that his sunglasses aren't just for blocking sun. They're also a wearable tribute to his devotion to craft.
I know this guy in New Jersey who makes custom pool tables. He's built the ultimate pool player's life hack. This is amazing. You turn your dining room into a game room. It's a pool player's paradise. Chuck Jacoby was on his way to becoming one of the government's top military contractors working on ballistic missile submarines. He had a high-level security clearance and he was making good money. But he decided he wanted to do something a little different. So he jumped ship to swim with the sharks. Pool sharks, that is. Chuck started his custom pool table business, The Best Billiards, about 20 years ago in New Jersey.
Chuck's tables are so good because everything is real and it's handmade. And when I looked at this table, I knew I'd probably be buying the first heirloom for my whole family.
How did you go from ballistics missile submarines to pool tables?
I decided I was going to work for a quality of life and do something that I could enjoy as opposed to just working to live.
What did your friends and family say to you when you told them that you were changing careers?
Mostly they thought I was crazy.
Tell me what we're working with here. What are we doing?
This is some maple veneer core plywood, which we're going to be using to make the frame.
And how many different kinds of woods do you use?
We work with a lot of different woods.
What is your favorite type to work with?
I love walnut. I like to work with it and I like the look of it. This is, as you might recognize, the end of a pool table.
Yes.
And the next thing we have to do is actually put the final perfect finish on this bottom edge with a router.
Can I help you do that?
Certainly.
All right, let's go route.
All you need to do is just keep it right across this platen and pull it straight across the piece. Well, there you go.
How's that?
That was pretty nice. So right now you have a beautifully finished edge.
I'm amazed at how many pieces Chuck makes by hand, and that's just so he can assemble the frame. When it comes to a quality pool table, a solid wood frame is best, especially when you consider the fact that this frame is holding 700 pounds or more. It's not light.
The next thing would be to start making the rails, which I would say are the heart of the table.
Rails are the bumpers that give the ball that bounce when it hits the side of the table.
Here's one of the nice things. I'm going to put a mark here and 2 marks here, and I'm going to put corresponding ones here. And this makes sure that the grain runs continuously down the side of the table when you're looking at it. And that's another nice detail.
The boards go through a joiner and a planer so they're perfectly flat and the right thickness. The rail bottoms are drilled and Chuck puts key nuts in place so when the rail tops are glued, you can bolt the complete rail to the table. But first, we have to shape it, or as Chuck says, rip it.
It will get ripped for the cushion rubber and ripped for a relief and ripped for a feather strip, which is a little wooden piece that gets put in here to wrap the cloth around. And you'll end up with a finished rail. Through some local music companies, I've recycled some of the antique pianos, which are beyond repair. So this is some ivory from old piano keys that are no longer useful.
Hurt any elephants.
No elephants were harmed in the filming of this show.
Chuck will use satin wood, ebony, and mother of pearl for his custom inlays. Get a bang on that with a hammer? Okay.
That did it good. There you go. That's it. And then a little final sand and it's ready to go.
Beautiful.
Nice work.
Due to his meticulous measuring and attention to detail, professional players have paid anywhere from $3,000 to $18,000 for Chuck's tables. Table frame? Check. Rails? Check. Inlays added? Check. So Chuck finishes the wood and adds the key component. So I've always wondered what was underneath the felt as a kid. You know, it looks like a chalkboard to me. Is it a chalkboard?
This is
any
slate.
Chalkboard, what makes it different than a chalkboard?
Oh, just the way that it's cut. It's much thicker. It's much more precisely ground because we want this to be perfect so the ball goes absolutely straight. So the frame is leveled, the slates are put on, they're perfectly leveled, And then the seams are grouted with a beeswax, or in this case with plaster of Paris, to make them absolutely invisible, and the ball has no idea there's 3 pieces.
Wow.
Then the cloth is stretched on tight, the pockets are put on the rails, and then the final construction is complete.
Chuck, I mean, this is a big piece of furniture. What do you say to someone who says, you know, I don't have room for this, I don't use it all the time? How do you get around that?
We have a solution for that.
Where are the pockets?
Taking off pieces. Oh, they'll show up. They're in there.
Ah, you just pop them on down, huh? This is amazing. You turn your dining room into a game room. Look at that. Ah! This is amazing. See? Who says you can't have your pool and your dinner table too, huh? In the end, some people play pool to win. Others just like to have a little fun with their friends. Me, I just want to be a shark.
So apparently the word of the day is precision. I still can't believe how much math goes into Kelly Marshall's weaving.
624 ends.
Oh, and did you see how perfectly level every component of Chuck Jacoby's tables has to be? Not to mention those teeny tiny little tools Stephen Kilsner uses so accurately. Wow. I mean, I used to think crafting was just going with the flow, but these artisans showed me that creativity goes hand in hand with meticulous planning and skill.